Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us: cancer-fighting foods. I'm not talking about magic pills or some exotic fruit you can't find. I'm talking about using real food as your absolute best weapon to naturally starve cancer and support your body's defenses. But before we talk about what to eat, we have to understand the enemy. If we want to starve cancer, we need to know what feeds it. In simplified terms, there are 7 major mechanisms that give cancer the upper hand: glucose, cancer's favorite fuel source; chronic inflammation, a constant state of internal stress; carcinogenic compounds and chemicals, toxins that mutate healthy cells; oxidative stress, too many damaging free radicals; weak immune system, your internal cleanup crew is overwhelmed; hormonal imbalances, especially involving insulin and estrogen; poor gut health. An imbalanced gut affects all the other 6 factors. If you're only focused on finding one superfood, you're missing the big picture. You have to first stop feeding the fire, and then you can start building a stronger defense. Let's break down the most critical factor first: sugar. The Warburg Effect: why cancer loves glucose. The number one thing cancer craves is glucose, or sugar. This concept is rooted in something called the Warburg Effect. Here's the simple version. Your normal, healthy body cells mainly use oxygen to create energy, a process called oxidative phosphorylation, or OXPHOS. It's slow but highly efficient. Cancer cells, however, are the rebels. They've gone rogue. They prefer to make energy using glycolysis, a process that can happen without oxygen, and its favorite fuel is glucose. Why? Because while glycolysis is less efficient, it's much faster. A cancer cell's main goal is to grow as rapidly as possible, and sugar provides the express lane. If you load up your system with high blood sugar all the time, you are literally giving the cancer cells their favorite high-octane fuel for rapid and aggressive growth. This is even how doctors diagnose aggressive tumors. They give the patient a dose of sugar and see where it lights up on a scan, because those fast-growing, aggressive cells are gobbling up the most glucose. The takeaway is obvious: starving cancer means cutting the sugar. Step 1. Starve it with low-carb, real foods. If cancer is addicted to sugar, we need to give it alternatives it can't use as efficiently. This is where a low-carb or ketogenic-friendly approach comes into play. We're focusing on fats and healthy proteins that enter the slow, efficient energy pathway, OXPHOS, which cancer cells don't prefer. The STARVE list: healthy fats, avocado, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, butter. These don't raise blood sugar at all. Quality protein: grass-fed meat, wild-caught fish, high in omega-3s, and pasture-raised chicken. Low-carb veggies: leafy greens and non-starchy vegetables. Nuts and seeds: low-carb, high-fiber, and blood sugar-friendly. These real foods aren't just about cutting carbs. They're naturally anti-inflammatory, neutral to chemicals, and great for your hormones, hitting multiple factors at once. That's the power of whole food. Step 2. Fight back: foods to support the 7 mechanisms. Now that we've cut the fuel, let's look at how specific food categories combat the other 6 threats. 1. Fighting chronic inflammation. Inflammation is a huge cancer driver, often linked to insulin resistance from too many carbs. To put out the fire, we look for foods loaded with natural anti-inflammatory compounds. Berries, packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants. Turmeric and ginger, natural anti-inflammatory powerhouses. Fatty fish, loaded with omega-3s, which help the body modulate and balance its inflammatory responses. It's not a pill, it's a natural balancer. Broccoli and dark chocolate, rich in sulforaphane and flavonoids respectively. Extra virgin olive oil, contains oleocanthal, which has strong anti-inflammatory properties.
Number 2. Detoxifying carcinogens, liver support. The liver is your body's primary detox center. If it's bogged down by sugar, alcohol, and chemicals, it can't do its job against carcinogens. We need to support it. Cut the burden. Again, low-carb and low-sugar diets are essential to prevent fatty liver. Cruciferous veggies, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, contain glucosinolates that activate liver detox pathways. Garlic and allium family contain sulfur compounds vital for liver function. Eggs provide choline, a key nutrient for metabolic processes in the liver. Tomatoes, lycopene assists the liver in detoxification. Number 3, boosting the immune system. A strong immune system cleans up bad cells before they become tumors. Garlic and ginger. Not only are they anti-inflammatory, but they are natural immune boosters, helping to stimulate white blood cell production. Mushrooms contain beta-glucans, known for stimulating immune function. Bell peppers. They are loaded with vitamin C, which is essential for immune function, but unlike orange juice, they have a fraction of the sugar. Always choose vitamin sources that don't counteract the anti-cancer goals. Number 4, balancing hormones. The two key hormones driving cancer are insulin and estrogen. Insulin control is key. High insulin levels, caused by a high-sugar diet, are the primary factor that deregulates estrogen. So the first and most effective step is managing insulin via a low or moderate carb diet. Broccoli, again, it contains indole-3 carbinol, which has been shown to help naturally balance estrogen levels. Healthy fats. Fatty fish, avocado, and olive oil provide the monounsaturated fats necessary for the body to properly regulate all its hormonal processes. Number 5, reducing oxidative stress. We need antioxidants to neutralize the free radicals created during energy production. But here's a critical warning. Natural is better than synthetic megadoses. Studies show that consuming huge, isolated doses of synthetic antioxidants can actually interfere with your body's natural energy production and may even shorten your lifespan. Instead, rely on whole food sources to naturally balance your body. Berries, dark chocolate, green tea, turmeric, tomatoes, and pomegranates. These natural sources provide a spectrum of compounds that work synergistically with your body's systems. Number 6, fixing gut health. This is the central factor. Your gut health affects your immune system, inflammation, allergies, and hormone balance. Poor gut health means poor health everywhere. To optimize your gut biome, you need 2 things: probiotics, fermented foods that contain the good bacteria. Examples include sauerkraut, kimchi, yogurt, and kefir. Prebiotics, fiber, the foods that feed the good bacteria so they can thrive and outcompete the bad guys. Examples include asparagus, onions, garlic, leeks, all rich in inulin, or FOS, leafy greens, and cruciferous vegetables. The contrast, why processed food is the enemy. I said what you don't eat is even more important than what you do. Let's look at processed foods, those things in a box or bag with ingredient lists longer than a paragraph. Processed food hits every single cancer mechanism with a strike. High sugar, white flour, raises blood sugar, feeding the cancer. Long-term intake drives insulin resistance and chronic inflammation. Chemicals galore. Artificial sweeteners, flavorings, colors, preservatives, these are often carcinogenic or create oxidative stress. Hormone disruption. Many chemicals act as endocrine disruptors, messing up your hormone balance. Gut dysbiosis. The chemicals, sugar, and lack of fiber destroy your gut biome, which in turn worsens all other factors.
Oxidative stress and immunity. These chemicals and nutrient-poor ingredients place a massive burden on your body.
The scariest part, we try to evaluate these toxic products based on a nutrition facts label that only shows calories and grams. The label does not tell the story. The solution is simple but profound. Eat almost exclusively real food. 90% of what you eat should be single-ingredient whole food. If you understand that whole foods work synergistically across all 7 mechanisms, while processed foods violate all 7, you've mastered the foundation of cancer-fighting nutrition. If you found this information helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.